Um, does Benlysta is a treatment for a specific drug called lupus, and that throughout the last 50 or 52 years or so, there hasn't been a treatment administration to it. Administered treatments. Does it go way beyond Benlysta, the HGS technologies? Does it go way
Absolutely.
beyond? Can you talk about why it goes way beyond that?
Well, Benlysta is being directly applied to lupus first and foremost, which it was target for, but the technology and the science behind Benlysta is being applied to a host of many other diseases, such as cancer, and they have a pipeline of many other drugs that deal with related diseases. So they are not just a single, one pony show, so to speak. It's a complete line and a pipeline of science related to treat the major illnesses and diseases that we face as humanity. And this is the first major illness that they've targeted through this Benlysta science
Okay,
is lupus.
right.
But it goes much further beyond that into cancer-related treatments and other immunotherapies.
Let me ask you this. When you say immunotherapies, it's more like reproducing the human immune system, right? You know,
Right, diseases and the diseases that affect the human immune system, such as hepatitis, AIDS, lupus, all which are very, very difficult to treat because it's not a bacterial or viral infection. It's something that happens and is being treated at the cellular level. And they're the most fatal diseases that we face as humans.
okay.
Hepatitis C, AIDS, and lupus account for major majority of the world's deaths related by disease. These immunological diseases.
Wow. So, would it be safe to say, in your view, that uh, human genome, upon approval of the drugs that everybody in the community believes in now, there's been a huge short seller interest in people involved in the stock and been trying to knock it down. You watch the price be manipulated throughout the tenure of the challenges and the beliefs that people are led to believe as far as the actual name goes. Give me an
That's
example
right.
of the kind of manipulation you have seen.
There has been manipulation on every level, from manipulation on the stock price to the analyst community to members of the AdCom panel. Every trick in the book has been thrown at Benlysta and Human Genome Sciences to try and cast doubt and fear into the drug. And that's to be expected. It has a large institutional ownership. It's the first drug of this kind to treat lupus and indeed this type of science in 50 years. It's a major breakthrough. If it gets approved, it will be revolutionary. It will be national, if not worldwide headlines. And there are many people out there who say it's not possible and it can't happen. And that's the doubt and the manipulation out there. But this can happen. We have seen the results. The science is there. The tests prove it. And humanity is moving forward in this position.
Let me ask you this. In the different genders or different between different cultures, okay, from white culture to any other kinds of cultures, is that in the black community they suffer a great degree to lupus, and that their treatment for that particular community is overwhelmingly at large around the world, and every one of the analysts and everyone else on Wall Street has casted that doubt that this Benlysta could not treat those people. Is that true or false?
Well, those grounds are inconclusive and circumstantial at best. It's two things to be very aware of. During the testimony, a majority of the people who were testifying were of African American descent and were women and did testify to the positive effects of Benlysta, number one. Number two, As far as the case study that was concerned is concerned, and how they administered and set up the trial in the SPA, that they found that the numbers that were representative of that community were not significant enough to make a general assumption for the community at large. Number two. And a third factor was that they found the CEO, and during the AdCom conference, and the FDA themselves came out, and in this last article that I just read, find that there will be no major restrictions for any racial subgroups. That is to say, if you're going to make a generalization about a specific subgroup, that human genome scientists would need to do post-trial clinical trial studies that focus specifically on subgroups. There was no clinical data to prove that it does not work, or that it has a serious deficiency in affecting these groups. In fact, just the opposite. These tests were administered across a wide variety of racial and economic groups. And Human Genome and Benlysta not only are seeking approval for this drug in the United States, it will also be in Europe, South America, Canada, and the Philippines. So it will affect a very, very broad-based range of people.
All right. What I am hearing from MMT Scotty, who's been in the apprenticeship, 52-week apprenticeship program, has done quite a remarkable job and homework of working with factual data. That means that there wasn't any fantasy involved, but everything from the professional level, of the training level, of all aspects of the financial community and the relationship with human genome sciences, he's done well. Therefore, I will conclude the Benlysta tape. I will encourage people that the apprenticeship who's did the work, Scott here, has got the MMT SMFProtrader.com site. Visit it. It's got all the updated information, trades he's involved in, things that he's learning from the school are all right in here. All of your live trading videos, all your live entries, all your live exits, everything on here, including from investing to being a professional market maker and taking what the market has every day. There's a wealth and power of information on this MMT site, smfprotrader.com, and I vote that Benlysta gets approval. So, Mr. Schubeck, do you have anything else to say about human genome?
Well, we hope that with the good grace of God, and for all the patients that will benefit from the drug, not only in America but worldwide throughout history, we hope the FDA does the right thing and approves the drug.
And we do too.